I'm checking back in with another update. Tracy is finished, which is extremely, extremely surreal for me because it started as a concept with my producer, Justina, sending like Snapchat voice notes back and forth at the end of 2022. And here we are in 2026 being like, it's a real finished thing that we made. So it's pretty much a dream come true. Obviously very giddy, but it's so strange. Because it took a long road to get here. So before I like get into things here, I wanted to acknowledge something that I saw happening in the ace community. But I came back into the Tracy account, I check it every once in a while, and there was like this huge discourse over this new ace flag that Ace and Grace created. And I saw it and I was like, thank God somebody made it more colorful, number one. And this one has like dandelion and pink, and I was like, ooh. I'm, as you can tell, I like really colorful things, so. But anyways, I logged back on and I saw people being really rude in the comments to them. And they had never said anything like, oh, you can't use this, you can't use the old flag anymore, or you have to like, my new rendition of the flag. They just simply were like, here's something that is more inclusive. And I watched some of their videos the other day. They've put a lot of work and research and outreach into this. And so it's concerning to see people react so negatively. It's like, take a step back, do your research, don't hound these creators and be like, hey, I know you already put all this work into these videos and educating people, but can you do this for me and 70 other people in the comments? And it's like, there's Google and there's other creators, and there's just do some reading. Just look at different Instagram accounts, look at different articles and things. Like, you can't always depend on people who are already doing tons of work for the community to drop everything and educate you as well. And then when other Black creators would either comment on the scenario, stitch a video, or respond to the comments, they themselves would get called like rude and angry and aggressive. And it's just like, to parallel what Ace and Grace was saying, why, figure out why you're getting so defensive over this. All in all, I think it's really important to do your research, look inward, and listen to people of color's lived experiences. If somebody is saying, this is my experience, this is what's happening, this is what I'm currently experiencing, you don't get to say, no, it's not. Or, downplay their experiences. That's just, you're proving the point right there at that point. So, but yeah, so if you weren't aware that all this was going on, head to Ace and Grace's page, take a look at the new flag, look at the meanings of all the colors and the new additions, look at their videos afterwards of what's been happening and what they've been going through. I just think if you have a problem with things being more inclusive and more diverse, then really look inwards and figure that out. Like, what's wrong with things being better for all of us? That's the only way forward. That is the only way forward, is for things to be better for all of us. We all have something in common. We're all on the ace spectrum. We need to work together. I really don't think it's that hard to show each other kindness and literally not be racist. So, but yeah, I just wanted to address what's been going on. And really encourage you to look at the videos that Ace and Grace has been uploading about this scenario. I'm really in awe that they have taken the time to, not only the time, but the mental effort, to have to live through this. And then on top of that, create something. And so I feel really grateful that we have people in the community like them who are telling their stories, sharing their experiences, no matter how hard that is, and so not their job to do that. They're doing it anyway. They're creating things that are going to bring all of us forward, bring all of us up. And again, all the people that have a problem with this and that are complaining and commenting, what have you been doing to uplift the community? What have you been doing to make things more diverse and inclusive? It's just a question that you have to ask yourself before you are keyboard warrior on someone. So yeah, I wanted to update you guys. Basically, the film will be going out to all the people that contributed to our crowdfunding campaign first and foremost. The campaign that we ran in 2023 via Indiegogo, and all the people that contributed to the PayPal page afterwards. They will get first access to the film and be able to view it. We're currently submitting to film festivals now, so it's going to go through the festival circuit, and then we will make it available on YouTube for the rest of y'all to see. But I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the crowdfunding contributors, because it has been a long journey, and I'm sure that there were points where you guys thought, like, is this ever gonna get made? Like, you know, because I definitely felt that way too, trust me. It has been on my plate and on my mind for the past 4 years, and it's really, you know, it's indescribable how hard it is to have an idea, to want to make it, and to just not have the money. You know, it's just, it's one of the most frustrating things ever. When you know you have the great team, you know you have the great cast, you know you have everything in row, it's just like, you're not rich. But if it weren't for the people who contributed to the crowdfunding campaign, we wouldn't have been able to make it at all, because I still, like, the educational series had to sink like thousands of my own dollars into this, which is why it takes a long time for things to get made. Everything's just getting more expensive. I'm still financially recovering from Tracy, but it is my passion project. It's something that needed to get made. It's, you know, if there's anything I'd want to spend my money on, it's bringing something like this into the world. So I can't thank the cast and crew enough. I can't thank the cast and crew enough, especially Jaden. I found her through Backstage. She applied to Tracy, and I watched her audition, and I was just like, she's Tracy. I believe it. Like, it's not even a question of like if or in it, like, she's Tracy. She sold it so completely. I'm just like, I'm so in awe that somebody so perfect for the role came forth and found it, you know, among thousands of other things that she could have submitted to. So I'm extremely grateful for Jaden. You know, once this is available on YouTube, you guys will see like how much she killed it and how much she really brought Tracy to life. And she had let me know how much this subject had meant to her, and that she had people in her life that she was very close to that were ace. And so it was such a loving gesture, not only for her to do this for the good of our community, but for those people in her life that she cares about. So she's a rock star. I'm speechless at like how, you know, we got connected for this film. I couldn't imagine anybody else like bringing Tracy to life and just making it work the way she did. Like, I just am in awe when everything works out like that, when you put so much love and work into a character, and then the most perfect person to portray that character comes along. It's just like, it was meant to be. So I'm extremely grateful for her. I'm so grateful for my friend Devin, who I met on one of the AIDS life cycle rides. He was the perfect person to play Gabe. And he had told me that a lot of characters that were written that he played were often like bad guys and villains and people that like weren't honest or upfront, and that he felt like this was the first character that was like speaking like he would or behaving like he would. And so he was just like really super excited about that. All of her extras just fucking killed it. You know, they came all the way down here to say their one line. You know, some of the lines were even just like a word and a reaction. Some of the lines were longer, but I'm just like, I'm so grateful for them. We had such a fun day on set, but it was a little bit chaotic. Like, I've been waiting to tell you guys about this. So I've lived in Los Angeles for almost 10 years now, and it's very, very extremely rare that I've ever been or experienced like a total like power outage like for a substantial amount of time. But of course, the one day that we film, there's a power outage. It affects like 100,000 people all across LA. It was an LA DWP thing. Keep in mind, I'm paying a lot of money to rent the space that we're filming in. We're filming a scene. It was with Jaden and Shafair, who I met on a different set. She and I knew she was perfect for the barista. She killed it, so let's applause for her too. They just finished their scene, and I was like, cut! And as soon as I said cut, everything was like, Beer! And we were like, whoa, we must have like blown a breaker. So we get one of the employees there, to go into the bathroom and look at the thing. And he's like, it might not be just us. It might actually be like the whole, like the strip mall type, these connected buildings. And we go out and we see like other people, because there's like a restaurant connected, there's like another place, and people are coming out of there. And they're kind of like looking at us like, is your power out too? And we were like, oh, it must be our strip. And then we look across the street and we see people coming out of those buildings. And we're like, oh, this is like everyone. You guys, you can ask anybody on that set. I was like withholding a crash out so hard. We have put so much fucking time into this film. We've put so much money into this film. We have gotten, everyone is there at that point. All the extras got there, all, the main cast, the crew, everybody is taking time. Stop honking. Everybody is taking time out of their Saturday, out of their precious weekend in November to come help me make this film. And the power goes out. I had to stop myself from crying. Because it went out and I'm like, is this gonna be out all day? Are we gonna have to pick up the film somewhere else? And so that was one of the most stressful experiences of my life. So instantly what we did was, one of our camera guys, he was like, I'm gonna go try and get a generator, because number one, we have to charge batteries, we have to power lights, you can't do anything, you can't film anything without the power. I was crashing out, you guys. So he's already on the way to go get a generator and see what we can do. And then meanwhile, me and my camera team and my assistant director, we're going through the script being if it comes down to it, if the power is out for hours and stuff, we're just gonna have to start cutting scenes. And I'm gonna have to make the hard decision of hey, I know you drove all the way here to be in this movie, but we cut your scene. And that is not something that I'm capable of. I want everybody to be a part of this movie. Everybody was supposed to be a part of this movie. So we're cutting scenes. I'm losing my damn mind. And then, you guys, I almost died this day. I almost had a heart attack. So then everybody's there at that point. We're supposed to have lunch. If you're on a film set, I believe it's 6 hours, and then you get some grace period. You legally have to break for lunch. So my producer and my one of the extras, who's one of my great friends, went to go get the lunch. And I'm not going to name the place because they made it right at the end. So I'm not going to name drop them. But they go to get our lunch, which is lunch for 22 people. This is a huge catering order. This costs hundreds of dollars. They roll up to the lunch spot and they're like, hey, so we're here to pick up our catering order. And the people there are like, what catering order? They had to sling together 22 lunches. And time is going by and I'm like, something's wrong. Where's the lunch? Something's wrong. And my assistant director, who knew what was going on, she's like, no, everything's fine. Don't crash out. She knew if there was just one more thing that I was going to cry. I was in the corner listening to music. This is not happening. This is not happening. You can put so much time and effort. You can plan out every piece of blocking where the actors are going to stand. You can plan out every single thing with the sound, with the camera. You can set up everything, have it all perfect. And then an act of God, the power outage can happen and reduce all of that to nothing. It doesn't matter how meticulously you've planned. It doesn't matter how perfect every single person is playing each role. Something like that happens and you're out of luck. So I was losing my mind. They got the lunch, they came back, and as soon as they came back, the power came back on. It had been out for 30 minutes at that point, but to me it felt like, in my head, it was like years. Like, you know, each minute that went by, I was like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, I was stressing so badly, you guys. Like, it was one of the most stressful days of my life. But I survived it. Everyone survived it. I mean, I think that it's hard sometimes, like, when you're the director, like, everybody looks to you when something happens, and everybody is looking for not only your reaction but your guidance of like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And it's like, I don't know, I've never been in this situation before. The lunch spot did give us a full refund. Basically what had happened was they got the order, they confirmed the order, somebody just didn't print it out. We had placed the order like days in advance, not like hella in advance, maybe like 3 or 4 days in advance. And it didn't get communicated to the crew that was working on site that day. So we got a full refund, which, you know, made me extremely happy. You know, the customer service was great. They were like, we are so sorry. We got a personal apology from the manager, from the person that was working at the store that day. Like, they made it completely right. They totally handled it. They answered us very quickly. They emailed us back, and they gave us a refund for the lunch, which was really kind of them. So all is good there. Great customer service. So yeah, those were 2 really huge snafus that happened on set that had me losing my damn mind. But thanks to everybody that was on the cast, on the crew, we only wrapped out 30 minutes later than we thought we were going to, which was completely fine. The people that I was renting the space with are like, I know them personally. They're like really nice people. They're super amazing, super sweet. Shout out Karen and Jonathan, the best. So that was fine, but like we really only lost the amount of time that the power was out, you know, so it didn't slow us too much. Like, I was worried that we were just not gonna, we had 1 day to shoot this whole film, because, you know, renting spaces is expensive. And sorry guys, I'm getting worked up just like talking about it. That was quite a day, and I can't even believe like how well everyone handled it and just took it in stride, and our cast and crew were just all stars. You know, camera guy came back, we called him, we're like, power's back on, you don't need to get the generator. But oh my god, you guys. Other than that, everything else went really smoothly. I really enjoyed meeting everybody in person, because some of the extras, I had only met them over a Zoom call. Other people, you know, were actors that I knew around LA. But it was so great to just see everybody having fun together. Like, that's something that I think is really important and that I take pride in a director, is if you look around your set and people are just like kind of laughing and like interacting with each other, rather than just like everybody's stressed or just like, you know. So that's something that makes me really happy and makes me feel like I've succeeded as a director, is like not only, you know, filming something, making something, but also that everybody is having a good time while we're doing it. They're not like, you know, freaking out or stressing or feeling like they're being bossed around, or that they aren't like taken care of in any way, you know. Like, that's my big thing, is like making sure everybody on set feels special and taken care of. So yeah, I just, literally everything in the world tried to stop us from making this film that day. So I was really happy, and it was really funny to like read articles on like KTLA News about the outage, and it's like, yep, the one fucking day we wanted to film. Of course, like, why not? You know, the world was very age-phobic that day. But yeah, so we filmed that in November, and then very shortly after that, I did some of my work for the Los Angeles Marathon, interviews that get broadcast on television, which is like always like the highlight of my year, to like see something that I worked on be on TV. I'm like, holy shit. And then I joined a project that was 200 videos, and I am the only editor on 200 videos. So life has been insanely busy, unfortunately. So I apologize for the delay to everyone, and I wanted to make this podcast like right after we shot and tell you guys all the tea on, you know, when we were shooting it and everything, but everything that just tried to prevent us from making this film, but we were just too persistent. Yeah, life has just been busy. But yeah, no, work's been insane. Okay, sorry, my setup got a little messed up, but it's fine. I just wanted to finish this out by saying my most heartfelt thanks to everyone who's been a part of this project. All of our crowdfunding contributors, whether you contributed directly to the Indiegogo or you contributed to our PayPal donation page. A huge thank you to all the people who were a part of the crowdfunding campaign and the whole educational series we did. You know, people came from all over for that. All the people who were a part of the Zooms. I can't thank you all enough for joining this project with me from every piece of the world. People who gave their time, people who gave their knowledge, people who gave their money, people who gave their story, people who gave just their love and support to our project. It just means everything to me. It is something that's brought me a lot of happiness over the years, creating these things with you guys. And so it feels so dreamlike to say that the film is finally done. And I cannot wait to share it with all you. Like I said, it's going first and foremost to our crowdfunding contributors, but after it makes the festival rounds, we will upload it to YouTube and I will share the link to all my socials. So thank you to every single person who made this happen. I love each and every one of you. I'm forever grateful.